And it wasn't even close. Well, I mean, at least this last matchup wasn't even close. The rivalry. Wow. 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 We're at the championship, and okay. Yeah. The rivalry started back in November. Last week, the rivalry resumed, and now I know we're all waiting for the results. Well, I mean, if you've been following along and you know how this tournament plays out, you know what happened. You know who won. So here's the quick backstory for anybody that might be new. If you're just joining this late into the tournament, you're joining at the championship game. So here's what it was. It's a double elimination tournament, right? Heavy weapons guy made it all the way through to the winners. He won all the way through the winners bracket. He made it to the ultimate championship. Reimu, who lost to heavy weapons guy back in November, dropped to the loser bracket and made her way all the way through the loser bracket to get herself a chance in the overall championship for a rematch with heavy weapons guy from Team Fortress. Last week we then had the rematch, the championship match, and how that played out. Again, remember the rules. There might be a few people that will say this, hey, why are we doing this again? You have to lose 2 times overall in the tournament before you get eliminated. So since Heavy Weapons Guy went all the way through the winner's bracket, didn't lose a single time, that means in order for him to lose the overall championship, he would have to lose 2 straight matches. In this case, it would have to be against Reimu, because that's what the ultimate championship is. And that's what happened. So you want to see the results? So if we're doing a rematch, that means Reimu won, right? Reimu ends up winning. But boy, was I surprised at how this turned out. Boy, was I surprised. Reimu defeated Heavy Weapons Guy 201 votes to only 91 votes. The Heavy for Smash community, they disappeared. Where'd you guys go? I'll give them a break. I had the thing where I was off for a month because of, computer stuff. Whatever. Maybe they all forgot about it. Heavy Weapons Guy loses to Reimu. Now, it's all evened up 1-1. Rivalry and, this matchup. So basically, what I'm saying, the rivalry, Heavy Weapons Guy won the very first one. And the first one, let's go, I want to take a look back at it again. Here it was. Heavy Weapons Guy defeated Reimu back then, 150 votes to 139. 11 votes separated the winner and loser. Very close. Then flash forward to, last week, so go back in time a little bit as well, but flash forward from that matchup, we get the rematch, and the whole idea was if Heavy Weapons Guy wins that particular match from last Monday, if he would have won that, he would have been crowned the champion of this whole tournament. But Reimu said, not so fast. I might have a card up my sleeve yet to play. And boy, did she play her trump card big time. She ends up defeating Heavy Weapons Guy, causing that rematch. So again, the double elimination. That's Heavy's first loss. Therefore, since it's the championship, we get one extra match. This is the final match. No matter what the outcome, no matter what the result is, this is the final match of this whole tournament that we started back in October. October of 2019. It is now June 21st when I'm recording this. Record this Sunday night. June 21st. And we're on the very last match. Who wants it more? Reimu community? Do you guys want this a little bit more? I guess do you want it more? Do you show up for your character a little bit more? You did in the first, you did in the first match, you did in the second match. Heavy, you did in the first match because you got the win. Not so much in the second match. This is your chance to redeem yourself. The Heavy for Smash community. This is your chance to redeem yourself to try to get that win. So, I do got to say, though, when I tallied up the votes, when I was counting all that stuff, like I say, if there's ever anything that seems suspicious, I do throw votes out. I did have to throw a couple out. It really wasn't as many as I was expecting. Championship matchup, huge proportions. Probably, I was expecting something, Crazy. From what I looked at, from what I determined, again, it's all human factored in when I'm looking at, okay, this account was created then. This is how I kind of take into a factor of voting if I should throw one away. Is it a brand new account? And just because you might be brand new account doesn't necessarily mean I'm throwing that vote away either. But are you a new account? Is there several of these new accounts that were created on the exact same day that come and all vote for the exact same character? Then it's a little suspicious, and then that's where I kind of use there's going to be human error when I do that as well, because there's no surefire way for me to determine this. So what I'm getting to is I threw out a couple votes, not as many as I thought. Definitely would not have made a difference. I could have left in the extra votes that I deemed a little fishy. I could have left those in. Outcome wouldn't have changed it all. Reimu would have won easily, hands down, no matter what. So Reimu's got herself one final shot. She needs to play the biggest card she has left. She's got to play that. Heavy weapons guy. He's going to need to pull out the heaviest weapon that he has remaining in his arsenal to conquer Reimu and get this win. It's not just solely about winning the tournament. I mean, it's kind of a big deal. At least I like to think it is. Otherwise, why did I do this whole thing? But, so it's not just about winning the whole tournament, but it's cementing yourself over the other character, the other fan base's character. It's cementing them as the number one in this little rivalry. I know I'm a small channel, but I gotta have fun with things where I can have fun with things. And I've said that, like, my tournaments have created, in my opinion, in my eyes, a few rivalries themselves. The early tournaments, the early days, Bandana Waddle Dee and Shantae, they've had 4 matches that they somehow always got matched up against each other in a tournament. Shantae won all 4, but it's still a cool little rivalry that kind of developed. And if those two characters ever got in Smash Bros., oh my god, I would love to play that match. Shantae against Bandana Dee in the match. Or in Smash Bros., I should say. Love to actually play that match. They're both not in. Maybe DLC? Maybe? I don't know. Speaking of DLC, the ARMS presentation, that already happened, actually, by the time this video goes up. So, hopefully it was a cool reveal. I know we're not going to get another, DLC character number 7. I know they're not revealing that. If you expected that, don't, because they told us already, no, it's just the ARMS presentation. So just go in expecting the ARMS character. If you haven't seen it yet, why haven't you watched it? I don't know, whatever. But ARMS presentation today, we got Heavy versus Reimu. One final time to decide everything. I'm happy. Like, I'm glad it really turned out this way to end it. Yeah, Heavy and Reimu, again, going back to their first match, which is the whole reason I kind of emphasize this a little bit more. I'm glad it ended on this, because Heavy and Reimu, I think I mentioned this last week, but I'll mention it again. Heavy and Reimu when I made it this tournament, I asked you guys for suggestions. Those are 2 characters that you guys suggested for me. I put them in this tournament. I wasn't really big fans of either of them. I actually never heard of Reimu before this tournament. I knew who Heavy Weapons guy was, but he wasn't one of my favorite characters by any stretch of the imagination. But there's 2 characters I initially I thought, all right, we'll put them in. Maybe they might get a couple wins, and okay. Nah, Heavy bulldozed everybody. Reimu dropped to the loser bracket and bulldozed everybody from there. Came back, gets Heavy, absolutely trounces him. Absolutely trounced him. So, one final match. Settle it. Who you voting for? Reimu? You gonna vote for her again? Gonna vote for Heavy Weapons guy? Is anybody gonna change their vote? You can change your vote. This is a brand new matchup. Let me make that clear too. This is a brand new matchup. So just because if you come by and come by to this video and say, well, I voted for Reimu in the last video, why do I need to vote again? This is a brand new matchup. If you don't clarify who you're voting for, I can't count it, and it could hurt your character's chances. So make sure you get your vote in. Make sure you clarify. I vote Reimu, or I vote for Heavy, or Heavy Weapons guy, however you want to say Heavy. Or remember, you can vote both. There were some people that voted both. There were definitely people that voted both. I almost always get a couple people, depending on the scale of the matchup. There's always some people that will vote both. So I look forward to seeing how this one plays out. who gets the crown, and I guess that I need to talk about how the results are going to work out. Next week, we'll figure out, next Monday, to be precise, we'll get the results of this one. Who wins the tournament? I will mention that. We'll see that. And then I will also break it down by placement. So 1 through 100. Yes, there were 100 characters in here. So 1 through 100. How did they place? And then I'm also planning, maybe I already have them written down, but I will also break down not just placement, but I will also break down each individual character and the number of votes that they got. So maybe a character that finished in 90th place in this tournament, maybe they ended up getting a decent chunk of votes and they're in the top 60 or something like that. So just two different ways to kind of view this, if that makes sense. You know, two different ways to kind of see the outcome for maybe a specific character you're wondering about. So this is going to be fun. I cannot wait. I guess I got to tell you guys who I'm voting for again. Heavy still has my vote. Reimu, I've mentioned this pretty much every time. Still not a character I'm extremely... I don't want to say I'm not fond of her, but it's not a character that I look at and see myself really wanting. There's so many, in my opinion, so many characters that deserve it before her, or just more characters that I'm much more attached to that I'd rather see before Reimu. And in this case, Heavy just happens to be ahead of her on my list, so Heavy has my vote. He's going to need votes, especially after these results popped up this way. Alright, but hey, Reimu's sitting in a good spot, though. She's sitting in a fantastic spot. Over 200 votes. Over 200 votes. Didn't she do that against Spyro? We're going to find this out. Hold up. Loser bracket. Loser bracket. In the Loser Bracket Championship, I'm pretty sure. No, when did she get over 200 votes? Was that against Shantae? That might have been against Shantae. Yeah. So, Reimu in this tournament, 2 times now, has broken the 200 vote mark. Once against Shantae with 213. And now in this matchup, 201 against Heavy. Heavy, you're going to need a lot of heavy-handed votes here in this one. So, good luck to you. Where's the... It's up here somewhere. I'll find it. I'll find it. There it is. It's there somewhere. But that's it. Get your votes in. Be precise. Be clear about who you're voting for. There's a lot of people that like to type out these paragraphs, and which is fun. I read all of these. I read all of them. Maybe I don't comment on all of them, but I absolutely read them. And I always say it's very fun because I get to read about, you know, why you like this character, why this character would entice you, something like that. And it's very fun. But I get some paragraphs, or I get some people to comment, like a couple paragraphs, and they're like, all right, this character is really awesome because of this. The other character is really awesome because of this. And then there's no vote. So it kind of sucks that you type out all this stuff, and then some people don't leave, like, at the very top, like, hey, I vote for Reimu, or hey, I vote for Heavy Weapons Guy. Or leave it at the very end of the paragraph, whatever it might be. There's nowhere in there. It's just kind of like, hey, this character could do A, B, and C, and the other character could do X, Y, Z, and the gimmick would be fun. To have all that stuff, it's amazing. Just be clear. Make sure you have your vote so I can notice it, all right? That's all I'm saying. Don't hide it in a paragraph, because maybe I missed that then. So, just make sure, whatever it is, be clear. So, that is it for this one. Yeah, hopefully the ARMS presentation went pretty well. Hopefully there's some cool stuff. I don't know. I'm at work right when it happens. I wanted to record like my reaction or something. That would have been great. Can't do it. Presentation for me is at 9 a.m. I have to be at work right at 9 a.m. So I'm just going to watch it. I'm just going to watch presentation at work on my lunch break. Yeah, I'll take lunch at 9 a.m. if I have to. I will watch that. Anyway, that is it. I hope you guys enjoyed. Get your votes in. Make sure you be clear about it. That is it. I hope you guys enjoyed. I just said that. And, yeah. Peace out, buddy.